Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the Hop. Thanks for enjoying your Sunday with us. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited. So today I'll be showing you some ephemera pocket flips or ephemera flip pockets, either one. For lack of better words, I have created this before on my channel and it was awesome results. So I wanted to recreate this again for you all who have not been able to meet me, number one, and welcome. So if you're new to my channel, I ask if you would please subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Thank you again, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Meri, for having this hop and meeting new people and sharing ideas. It's very important to support everybody in this crafty community. So without further ado, I will get started because I do kind of struggle with time limits. I usually take a really long time in my crafts because I concentrate, and so it's very difficult for me to do something in a quick manner. Usually all my lives are hours and hours and hours. So, and it doesn't bother me. I have tons of patience to work and rework and retry and try, and yeah, so there's that. So again, thank you everybody for coming. Thanks for putting this show on, Meri. This is so fun. So let's get started. So I have created something that anybody can use, whether it's in Happy Mail, whether it's in junk journaling, whether it's just to have as a flip creation in itself. So this is the completed version of what I call the ephemera flip pockets. And without further ado, we can get started and I can show you exactly how I created that. So it's very inexpensive and it's awesome. So what I did was I bought one of those very inexpensive, I don't really like to say the word cheap because that could be over or underrated, really. But I bought an inexpensive for $1 plus tax at the Dollar Tree, one of these photo albums. And if you don't have one, you can go get one. And if you have one, you probably have more than one. So what I did was I cut 2 pages out of this photo album. And if you have any of these photo albums, 9 times out of 10, they're really cheap and flimsy. Oops. They're inexpensive and flimsy. So you can create pockets, but you can also tuck cardstock. You can tuck ephemera. You can tuck library cards. You can tuck postcards in here. You can tuck mini journals, little flips, or whatever. So what I did was I cut 2 pieces out of the photo album. And I better, sorry if it's a little robotic-y. And hello everybody. Sorry I didn't name everybody by name. But anyways, thanks again for coming. So if you had one of these and ever cut one of these, they're never the same size. I don't know why, but so you want to make sure when you cut them from the book, so I can't really give you a particular measurement, but it's a rectangle, so I'm sure you could figure that out easily. So you just want to make sure that, oh, thanks, Laura. So you just want to make sure that they are the same size. Then what you're going to need is you're going to need a wide roll of washi tape. If you don't have a wide roll, here's another wide roll. If you don't have a wide roll of washi tape, then you can use a regular size roll, which is a little bit different, and the cameras are very deceiving. sometimes with sizes. But here's your regular size washi roll, the flower one. So you want a little bit wider than that, but if you don't have a wide one, you can double this up side by side. So that's how we're going to attach these two pockets together. So get your washi tape, and let's move this out of the way for just a second. And I got some little bits and stuff to decorate with you all, so it'll be a little bit easier. And I did pre-measure the papers that I want inside of here. So you're just going to line them up. Now, it depends on what side you want your pockets, because this particular way, it's going to slide this way. If you flip it, obviously, that way, it's going to slide this way. Either one doesn't matter. I particularly like them opposite of each other. So one slides in this way and one slides in the opposite way. And that's just a preference. That doesn't mean you have to do it the way that I'm doing it, but this kind of just gives you an idea of what to do. So you want to line them up top to top. And I would recommend you putting some type of adhesive on washi tape like we mostly do, because washi tape is really not that sticky and it does not last forever. And if this is something that you want to last, I would recommend you using some type of glue. For this particular thing, I'm just going to use some art glitter glue that I have in this little bottle. And I lost my pen, so I have to use any type of straight pen, but I don't keep it in there because it will rust my glue. So yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for coming. So I've made these before, but I wanted to show you all because it's really a clever idea to use with all these photo albums that we have lying around and stuff. And there's so many different ways that you can use and decorate this. This is one way out of many different ways. You can also decorate on the outside of this because it's just clear plastic. So you can use a napkin, you can use any laces, fabrics, ephemera, you know, anything that you want really. So you don't just necessarily have to put ephemera inside of it. You can also decorate the outside as well. And when I show you the completed one, I'll show you what I did on the inside of this one, which is another idea that you can use. Or it can be a journal in itself. So there's just many different things that you can do with this, which is really cool because we have a lot of these. Normally, a lot of people have a lot of these photo albums. So thanks again, everybody, for coming. And hopefully I can inspire you some type of way. I also do just a little bit about me. I have been on YouTube for about 2 years now, and I have been doing live sales for about that long on YouTube as well. I just recently, about 4 months ago, started a virtual craft vendors market. And that usually happens on the first Friday and Saturday of every month. And our next one is coming up in November the 6th and 7th. And that's where we have multiple vendors selling crafting items or crafty items. And that could be anywhere from vintage to new to gently used craft items. And it's a blast. So if you have not been to one, I highly recommend that you come because it is super fun. Even if you're only able to window shop, we would love to have you. And if you're ever interested in joining that market, you could just email me and we can talk about the details. So yeah, I'm super excited. And then, you know, a lot of times I'll hang out at night when I put my boys to sleep. And so I'll come on, I'll drink some coffee to stay up. But I'll come on and hang out, usually at night, because all the mommy duties are done at that time. So yeah, and welcome all the new people to my channel. I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, which I am almost there. So thank you. If you could subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate that. So I have aligned the washi on both sides, if you've noticed, and you can also use other materials to bind this. I just use washi tape because one, I like the way that it looks, and two, it's super flexible. But again, you can use whatever binding you want to adhere both of those together. So that is how we created a flip. Now, if you want multiple pages or multiple flips, you can definitely add more and more and more. So again, the possibility is just endless in this type of thing I'm doing. So yeah. Sorry I'm not looking at chat. I know I love coffee too much. I better stay on focus on track because I will get off track really, really quick. Okay, so the next step I did was I cut a piece of fabric. And what I did was I kind of just measured it a little bit wider than my actual flip pocket thing. And I really think I need to come up with a better name, but that's okay. We're going to call it that for now. Okay, so normally what I do is I close it and then I put my fabric next. Now, be careful if you think about it. If you have already pre-measured your paper to go inside here, and this is just a base, you have to be careful when you cut it. See, this one's too big, it won't go in, because the washi tape is adhered down, so it took the room of when I measured it from without a washi tape. So I'm gonna have to cut this just a little bit shorter in order for it to fit inside, and I guess I'll do all four. Oh, thanks, Mary. Oh, y'all are so welcome. Thanks again. So here is this. There's so many crafty people on YouTube. It is so inspiring. I don't really learn from YouTube, which is very unusual, but I do get inspired. And when I look at somebody's idea, what happens to me or for me is that takes me on a whole nother path, either to the left or to the right. It's never anything real similar, which is really cool. I'm very grateful for that. But anyways, there's a lot of crafty people that are here on YouTube that are awesome. And I just wanted to say that because a lot of them are here in the chat. So thanks for coming. Okay, so I had to cut down some of the paper in order for it to fit. I kind of like the little white border. You can measure your paper a little bit wider to the end if you want to. But because it's stitched right here, I can't do anything but push the paper flush against it. So in order for me, I'm kind of a matchy type of person. And I'm kind of picky, those that know me, but that's probably why it takes me so long to craft. But anyway, so I like a little bit on both sides, so it kind of looks a little bit even, but you can have it longer. You can also create tabs on the outside if you want to, with fabric or whatever to help you flip. There's just so many things you can do. So anyways, now when you're gluing your fabric, be careful because you want your paper that you're putting inside already inside, because it's going to even close a little bit more of that space, or you can cut down your paper even more. But the cool thing about this size is this is a postcard. This size, a postcard fits in really, really well, which is super cute. So there's multiple things you can do with this. I really like this idea. So yeah. So I just keep it closed and I put the fabric on the outside. You can do ruffles, you can do lace, you can do none. It's kind of up to you what you want to do. But I mainly wanted to give people the idea of using these photo albums that we have multi of, a lot of. There we go. I read chat. That's what happens. I get off track. So anyways, so you just glue your fabric or whatever you want on the top. And yeah. Then you just glue it down. I kind of picked some things prior to kind of match this fabric so that I could be kind of ready. But this is really cute and this is really fun to make. Last time I made these, I made a ton. So, and I normally don't like making the same thing over and over and over again. But when something is super fun, you betcha, you're going to do it again and again. At least for a few times until I'm over it. Oh yeah, that would be cute to do a postcard swap and put these in here. Absolutely. For sure. Thanks, Janet. Oh yeah, for sure. So you have to be careful not to glue your thing shut as well. So I immediately open it to try to catch it. And also you want it as flush as you can down as well, because it will buckle. Now, if you put something on the top, it's not going to matter. And you notice that I made it a little bit bigger so that way I can cut it and it won't be too short, because I hate when stuff's too short. So I just cut it flush. Pretty simple. So you can put this inside of a page. You can use this to send stuff, to store stuff, whatever. It's just another thing that we can create that'll look really cool to hold stuff. So I just got some lace and I'm putting it at the bottom. Hopefully I'm not too far away, because I think this will look good. You can even pink the bottom if you want. So you'll have a jagged edge and use the pinking shears or your decorative scissors or whatever. So I just got some vintage lace and I'm going to put it at the bottom. So the thing that I did, let me make sure it's not glued closed. So the thing that I did with this one on the inside is, and I used some blue jean fabric, frayed it a little bit, layered some flowers. I decoupaged a napkin on a tag to kind of match it all. But also on the inside, you can add another, this washi tape wasn't this thick. So I added another strip which matched, and you can't even tell the seam. And I added a lace flip as well. So there's multiple things that you can do with this. I mean, this is just the beginning and the base, really, honestly. So yeah. So I think this is a neat idea. There's so many things you can do with this. Sometimes I like my fabric and my trim to hang off the side, and sometimes I don't. It just depends on what it is. So what I did was I got a little key charm. Thanks everybody. So what I did was I got a little key charm. So instead of hanging a little tiny tag that I cut from a paper pad and hung it, I want to do a charm instead. So I got some small little doilies and some cheesecloth, which is funny because when I ink this up, I always call it dirty gauze because that's what it reminds me of. It does. It looks like dirty gauze. So anyways, I'm just kind of layering. The cool thing about using layered doilies as well. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Journey. Thanks, Angie. So the cool thing about layering doilies too is when you have those shank buttons, because of the layer, the shank fits right inside, but it still makes it flat for you to glue. I don't know if y'all thought about that or knew that, but just a little food for thought. So I just got some doilies and a button and some and some cheesecloth. I wanted to call it dirty gauze again. So here's some twine, and I'm just going to thread this charm inside here. So see how super cute this is? I think it's super adorable. So the possibilities are endless with this. This would even be cute, you know, over a page as well. An added pocket. And the cool thing about this is when you put paper or cardstock, it gives it more stability. So it's not so flimsy, because the ones from the Dollar Tree are really, really flimsy. So it kind of gives you some support. Oh, thanks. Hello, everybody. 10 minutes. Uh-oh. I saw the warning. Oh, geez. No, I'm just kidding. I think we got this. If my glue would come down. So anyways, and hopefully I inspired you all to create something like this, or at least a base for you all to create something that would be super cool. I was going to ink the gauze, I mean the cheesecloth, but I didn't this time. Just want to keep it light because the button's dark. So I think it would be good. And I think the next person we're going to is Miss Jamie. And if anyone doesn't have the link is also in my description box. But I know that Miss Laura Jersey will be happy to link that when it gets closer, so y'all can go over there and hop to her channel. So yeah. So I just glued these layers on, and what I'm going to do is just put this down like there. And then I normally don't glue that string because when I put this there, it kind of just glues itself for you. Because I think this is a good way for glue to get on your hands, and I don't really like glue on my hands too much. I have to peel it. I'm one of those that have to peel it off right away. I just don't like it. Oh, thanks, Peggy. Thanks again, everybody, for coming and for Meri doing this. This is so fun to learn new things from people and just to meet new people, because, you know, you never know what, you know, you might see people in the chat and stuff, but you don't necessarily have time or, you know the things that they may be doing on their channel. So it's cool to meet new people as well. So this is the creation, and I like it. I think it's cute. I think it needs a little something more. I did have this little tag just in case we needed to add that, which I think needs a little something. You could have sewn that. I mean, there's just so many things you can do, and it's pretty quick. You saw how fast I did it. So I like to put little ephemera bits in here. That's just me because I think it looks good. So yeah, I just think it looks better. And a lot of people, when they create journals and stuff, especially if you sell them, you like to add little bits and stuff, you know, inside your journal. And I think that this is a super cute thing to do. Oh, thanks. So yeah, it's just one way. And like I said, you can add, you know, anything you want. You know, you can make this a booklet if you wanted to, you know, or you could just do one single thing, you know, but people don't really know what to do with these things. I mean, some people use them for different reasons in different ways, but this is just one way that I thought to use this darn thing. So you can also put it, you know, on the outside if you wanted to. It's just really cute, and it lays really flat, so that's cool. Depending on how many things that you put on top of it, you can also put it in your pages as well, over a page. And of course, I don't have all the layers inside, so it's still kind of flimsy, but yeah. So there's multiple things you can do with it. So that is my idea of the Ephemera flip pockets, which is kind of a long, horrible name, but we'll think of a better name one day. That's okay. Welcome back. So y'all don't forget that Jamie will be up next, and I believe she is doing Serendipity, and then of course there's multiple other crafters on all night, which is cool. So yeah, I think it's awesome. And you can also leave it blank if you like it. I don't particularly like the white background, but that's just me in itself. So that's it. That's all I have for now. I think I'm going to add this tag just because I love this little hole punch. It's the tiniest little one ever. I love it. You don't realize how, you know, you need a tiny hole punch until you use it. And it fits perfectly inside here. This is just something I cut from a paper pad. You can actually sew on these too because it's so thin. You can sew on them, which is really nice too. Okay, half of that fit in there, so we'll just use half then. So yeah. You can put words on the top if you want to. You can decoupage, like I said, with napkins. You can even create another pocket on the outside corner to tuck in stuff, and then tuck in stuff, and then have it, you know, on your page. So yeah. Well, thanks, Mary. Thank you so much. I think I got like a couple of minutes left, and thanks everybody for those that are new to my channel and subscribed. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for all the thumbs up and the love and support that you give everybody. It's super awesome. Other people see that as well, so it's not just for that person, it's for others as well that see people's kindness. So yeah, I think this tag will look better. Just add a little something. And there's that. Nothing is up. Oh, you're so welcome, Norma. I think the next person is in like 2 minutes. Meri can answer that a little bit better than I can. So yeah. Just a fancy way to add something to your journal. I love it. And it was quick. And I'm surprised because I don't do many things quick at all. Better late than never, Miss Nicole. Thank you for coming. So, Meri. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Tammy. Thanks, everybody. Top of the hour. So, Jersey is linking the next person that is supposed to be in lineup. Okay. Maybe Meri is, hey, Holly. Maybe Meri is, oh, you get a 5-minute break. You see, I don't know. All right. Well, you get a 5-minute break. Woo! So y'all can either hang with me for 5 minutes if you want to, and I'll stay on if anybody wants to stay with me. Thank you so much. I forget your name, Crafting on a Budget. I'm sorry. Through because there's no stream up. Okay. Well, thanks again, everybody, for coming. I hope I inspired you in some way or another, whether it's just to put a smile on somebody's face or to create these ephemera flip pockets. Thanks again for everybody subscribing to my channel and all the thumbs up. I know, Carla, right? Hey, 24. So I will stay on here, and we can stuff some more of these flips if you want. Meri says we get a 5-minute break, but it may be easier if I just stay on for those that don't need a break or don't choose to have a break. That way you can just click her channel when somebody screams she's live. May. Yes. I forgot. I'm sorry. Well, thank you so much, May. And Barb and Candy. You're welcome. And Nancy. So yeah, the cool thing about these is it gives you more stability, because I tell you, these are flimsy. And a lot of people don't take pictures anymore, but you can also put pictures if you want. And the same size, I forgot to tell y'all this, those that are still here, the same size, you have to match your paper on both sides, because I don't know why, but I guess the stitching and stuff, it's just not even. So just make sure. Y'all know how to trim and stuff, but I wanted to tell you, even matching your paper from pocket to pocket, it never ends up being the same. And I tell you, black just attracts everything. Jamie is live. Well, thanks again, everybody, for coming. Thanks, Meri, for having me at this hop. And I hope that all of y'all have a great evening. And I will see y'all in chat. Good night, ladies.